What up, good people? Thank you for your patience today. Come on in the building. Come on and gather after waiting here. I'm glad to see you guys. Woo! Get myself together here. Good morning to everybody. I hope everybody's well. I'm gonna go ahead and get this roll call done. IG is just loading here, so you guys just getting the notifications. You guys are loading. Blessings on you. Desiree, I see you out there on IG. Tantan, I see you out there. Good morning to you. Good morning to you. First five in on the Facebook, YouTube platform. Narissa Sanders, number one in today. Number two in today is Miss LaShonda Johnson. God bless you. Woo. Number three in today is Miss Nicole Richardson. God bless you. Number four in today is Miss Janet Sanders. God bless you. Number five in today is Mr. DeAndre Richardson. The Richardsons both in the top five. I love it. Do what you do. Do what you do. Let's get this roll call done. Speak to my family. I'm going to get going here. Again, thank you all for your patience this morning. Thank you for joining. Shauna Hinton, good morning to you. Kawana Bigelow, good morning. Lena Cofield, good morning. Tina Daughter, good morning. Denia Richardson, good morning. Got your message, dear. We're going to connect today. Thank you for reaching out. Teresa McCoy, good morning. Lisa Taylor Corporating, good morning. Tamika Robinson, good morning. Victoria Connor, good morning. Rufus Hobson III, good morning to you, sir. Kimberly Fuller, good morning to you, sis. Shinway Herbert, good morning to you. Lady Ernestine Long, good morning to you. Natasha Long, good morning to you. Long's in the building. Mr. Roosevelt Jenkins, good morning to you, man of God. Good morning, sir. Lena Kelly, good morning to you, dear. My cousin. My sister, Cuzzo. My favorite cousin, don't tell nobody. Nah, just laugh. Boy, I'm getting myself in trouble today. You know I love you all. Reagan Dennis, just in case Ron is on, just in case I got some other cousins who slide in. Ain't nobody hear that. Reagan Dennis, good morning to you. Latoya Wilson, good morning to you. Yeah, man. I had a woosah. Last night had a wonderful night of midweek worship. But I had to get right back on the horse and get ready for you guys this morning. Grand rising to you, Miss Belt. Grand rising to you. Coach, that word yesterday was life-changing and eye-opening. Thank you. Wow. Thank you for saying that. I ain't gonna have nobody coming back today after yesterday. Boy, y'all got quiet yesterday. I was like, ooh, did I lose? I had to look one time, was like, did I lose my connection? Did my screen freeze? Later, don't snitch. Oh, these no snitches. What they say in the hood, snitches get stitches. Oh my God. Shayna Belt, good morning to you again. Thank you for the tags. Thank you for the shout out. Sable Michelle, good morning. Apostle Keller, good morning. So yeah, man. We talked about yesterday. Let's pray. Father, we thank you for this time. We thank you for this space. Thank you for another opportunity to declare you are good, you're a God, you get the glory. Have your way. Give us space, give us capacity. And we bless you in Jesus' name. Amen. You know, great morning, Meek. Good morning, dear. Yesterday, I know it was probably an eye opener, but we're going to kind of dibble and dab back into this difference between arrogance and confidence. They have been so intertwined lately. Well, not lately, historically, that it's very necessary to differentiate them as we teach and learn. And as you teach and learn about the difference between arrogance and confidence, as you become more astute, as you become more familiar and aware of what it really means to be confident, you really understand that it comes with the responsibility. That the more confident people, and I'm not saying this to be a snag at people who still dealing and struggling with confidence and working on their confidence, this is not a knock. But when you finally get it and you understand and embrace confidence, because embracing confidence is just embracing you. And it's embracing the God who has created you and sent you and made you the way he did and using you the way he is. And it's just embracing all of that. And when you do that, it comes with a responsibility. It comes with a responsibility because those folks who figure that out are usually I ain't gonna say further along, but they're far along in the development of their personal development and spiritual development, and they have some maturity to them, which means now they have responsibility for the room. Ooh, hope y'all get that. Lillian Drew, good morning. Barbara Williams Gray, good morning. Pastor Bates, good morning. You were taking notes? Okay. It's Jazzy, good morning. You know, confident people have responsibility for the room. They have responsibility for the environment, for the atmosphere, for the space, because the space is going to be filled with those folks with arrogance, and it's going to be filled with those that are simply not confident yet. And so now you become a catalyst to not only build confidence in the room, but you become a catalyst to protect those who have not yet found their confidence from those who operate in arrogance and are always on the aggressive and attacking. Ooh, I hope y'all get that. So that's why it's an importance to figure out the difference between the two and to get on that side. And I know even when teaching this, man, like when you start talking about the components of an arrogance demeanor, or arrogant demeanor, is easy to slip into if you're not careful. And so for some, you may not have the diagnosis yet, but we may sometimes display the symptoms that we got to make sure we don't, so that we can stay on that side of just confidence. So we don't become dominating. So we don't become too aggressive where we are causing more harm than good. A confident person always causes more good than harm. Right? Ramy, good morning to you, dear. Good morning. Javen, good morning to you. What's that handle? G Jones F, good morning to you. So I took a piece out of yesterday that's going to really shape our confidence today, and help continue to build our confidence today. And it's going to get us to the place where we can build it without being disruptive to what other folks are building around us. And I hope you get that piece. That thing just dropped in my spirit this morning. Confidence comes with responsibility. It's almost like Jesus when he tells Peter, enemy wishes to sift y'all, really, in the original text. And if you read it in any translation, it's, New King James says, the enemy wishes to sift you as wheat. But that word you is translated y'all. The enemy really wishes to sift all of y'all as wheat, Peter, but I pray for you that your faith fail you not. And when you've been converted and when you've been strengthened, turn around and strengthen your brothers. The world needs to know what godly confidence looks like. And the only way the world can know what godly confidence looks like is that we build confident people who are displaying it in a godly manner. And when we display confidence in a godly manner, it helps the room. Because a confident person can afford to focus on somebody else and collaboration rather than always being focused on them. Hebrews 10:35, which is our foundation text, it tells us, it says, therefore do not ever, do not cast away your confidence, which has great reward. Because you have need of endurance. In this life, we're going to have need of endurance. You're going to have to endure some things. You got to get through some things. You got to live through some things. You have to fight through some things. You have to get up from some things. You're going to have to push through some things. You have need of endurance so that after you have done the will of God, you may receive the promise. And my confidence keeps me in the game. My confidence keeps me in the game. Confidence is a crucial component that allows individuals to take risk, to pursue opportunities, and overcome challenges. These are the things we've been saying every day. These are our daily dose of vitamins. This is these statements are our daily dose of vitamins. We're going to take our vitamins every day so that we continue to keep our nutrients in us. Our daily dose of vitamins. Confidence is a crucial component because it allows us to take risks, pursue opportunities, and overcome challenges. Confidence helps us feel ready for life's experience. Whatever life is going to throw at you today, your confidence in you and your confidence in your God is going to get you through it. Confidence lets us move easily through this world. This world is tricky. This world is cutthroat. This world sometimes is unfair because it has an enemy and has an adversary. You have people who don't have the right heart and mindset that you have to navigate through or around. And people who lack confidence don't have the energy for that kind of fight. They're exhausted from that kind of fight. So they just check out of it. Sometimes that's why you got talented people who just have checked out of the development and just have decided to live their life on the sideline, quiet, hiding, idle, out of the way, which causes us to underachieve. Oh, my Lord. I'm talking good already. Here's your daily dose of this vitamin. Self-doubt is always stronger than a firm belief. It doesn't matter who thinks you can, who thinks you're great. It doesn't matter, what pep talks you've been getting. It doesn't matter how many people see you well and see you as awesome, see the potential that you have in your life. If your view of you is damaged, it will override every other view. Right? So we've been talking about confidence being this. Confidence is a positive and empowering mindset. It stems from a genuine belief in one's abilities, knowledge, and worth. And that's the intelligent definition, but I got to bring some spiritual twang to it, because intelligence just does not rely on my genuine belief in my ability. But for the believer, those who are spiritual, it is a genuine belief in God's ability. It stems from not just what I have inside of me, but understanding who he is and what he put in me. Man, that's so good. Confident individuals are secure in themselves without the need to compare or diminish others. You hear me? Confident individuals. Here's what I'm going to challenge some of y'all who have disconnected, who've seen relationships and things be disconnected and breached and messed up. All y'all was friends. Now 2 of y'all ain't talking. And you sitting back praying because you just want your group back. But a confident person usually is the mediator. The confident person is the one who lays on the sword for the relationship to be restored. The confident person don't need to be right. They just need it to be restored and fixed. So if I need to say I'm sorry, even though I don't know why I'm apologizing, but I know you need to hear it. Now, if you know why, the confident person can admit their wrongs and say, hey, I was wrong. I own that, right? So it's not a superficial fix. It is being able to step out of your emotions because you see the bigger picture. So there's going to be some times where you know you had a hand to play in it, but because you was dealt wrong too, I don't know why I'm going this way, this ain't even in my notes, but because you was dealt wrong too, you don't even talk about your hand you had to play in it until that person was able to admit their part in the matter. Right? Sometimes we hold on to it. But a confident person can, even if you're willing to put yours on the table or not, I'm going to put mine on the table. Whether you're willing to accept your piece of the puzzle, that's fine. I'm going to accept mine. My confidence pushes me out there. Right? They're the reconciler. They are the mature one. And I say that very, very respectfully. Because there's some people, it's not a personal thing. But listen to this. They don't need to compare or diminish others. They rely on their skills, their experience, their connection with God to navigate life's challenges and approach situations with a balanced and composed demeanor. So that was we talked about yesterday, that piece I want to take out. Today I want to deal with that sentence I just read. Confident individuals are secure in themselves without the need to compare or diminish others. Today I want to talk about this. I want to talk from the subject, confidence does not compete. Keisha Davis, good morning. Michaela Anderson, good morning. Lewis Howes, good morning. Apostle Kellum, good morning. Des says, I say I'm sorry even if I don't know what the problem is, but I know there is an issue that needs to be addressed. Saying sorry opens the door for discussion. Yes. Because the confident person just wants to get the relationship mended, get the issue resolved. And usually your openness to being wrong first makes that person who's really not comfortable yet telling how they really feel get more comfortable. I can handle it. Even if I did it. Even if I said it. I'm showing you that I don't mind being wrong. Because I'm telling you, I'm sorry for being wrong from the beginning before you even tell me why I'm wrong. And it's not a hit on your ego because you are contained with a self-alliance and a self-assurance that you're going to be all right. Right? You know what I'm saying? That's a real key thing to connections and communication and relationships. Because it's going to take that from each one of you at some point. And that's when stuff breaks down, when individuals are not willing to do that. I'll just rather disconnect from you, don't have nothing to do with you, don't ever fool with you again, rather than even deal with that uncomfortable exchange. Today I want to talk about confidence does not compete. It does not. Confidence take you out of the rat race of competition. And I want to really deal with that, man, because you start to see that more and more. The characteristics of of confidence that fights the need to compete. All of us may have this drive that thinks we got to compete with somebody that may be doing something close to what we're doing and doing something in the same industry that we're in, doing something similar to what we do. And our drive for success, if we're not careful, will make us think success can't come until we outdo them or outdo that or outdo what they're doing or shut down what they're doing. You see it even in this social media space. Even with people doing what I'm doing, people will attack other people's platform or attack other people's voice or attack other people's name so that the listeners can lose interest in hearing them so they can come over there and listen to them. Let me sit right there. I'm about to get myself in trouble. So you got a lot of people who think I got to tear other people down to get their followers' attention. Instead of saying, if I just do what God has called me to do, there's a body, there's a people, there's a sect, there is a group that is called to my voice. And I can be successful at those folks being called to my voice without having to tear somebody else's platform that they've built down. If that's the only way you can get traffic is to create roadblocks in everybody else's lane, then you ain't got a real highway. Ain't it, Apostle? Ain't it? I don't have to tear down your ministry to build mine. I don't have to tear down what you're doing well so that I can do well. If we both got a booth out there, I ain't got to talk about what you selling so I can get people to my table. Come on. I don't have to, even if we're in the same industry, even if we're doing the same thing, I can root for your product and still have confidence that my product will survive. And that's what confidence is. The characteristics of confidence that fights this need to compete are three things we touched on yesterday. Number one, self-assurance. Self-assurance. A confident person trusts in their abilities without being overbearing. Confidence begins with self-assurance. It's a quiet trust in one's, and I got to put in there because we're spiritual, and God's abilities, God's decisions about me, God's knowledge about me, and what he's entrusted me with, which causes me to walk confidently in who I am. And let's compare again. Unlike arrogance, which seeks external validation. Arrogance seeks everybody else externally to validate them, right? But confidence is in a self-assurance that is internally rooted. A confident person doesn't seek validation from external sources, but a confident person has received validation internally. Spirit man, God has showed me. I'm settled in that. I don't need a lot of people praising me for me to feel good about myself. A confident person does not derive their value from outshining somebody else, outshining others, but they derive their value from their own journey of growth and their own self-improvement. Did y'all hear what I just said? That's so key. A confident person does not derive their value from outshining anybody else, but from their own journey of growth and self-improvement. Only you know how far you've come. Only you know how much you've gotten through. Only you know the kind of person you are today. and how different it was from the person you was 5 years ago. And that should cause you to feel good about yourself without anybody else validating that. If people see your goodness and see what you've done and they want to applaud you, that is a wonderful thing, and you ought to embrace that and give God the glory for it. But if they don't, it should not take away from the growth, the real growth that you have done internally. So there has to be a level of self-assurance. Because if we're just people who are relying on assurance to come from our surroundings, it'll be such a roller coaster ride. Because I love my people. The reality is people are fickle. And as long as you're saying the right thing, doing the right thing, they with you. They don't like what you say, don't like what you do. They have the tendency to abandon you. So if you're depending on that, guess what will be abandoned? Your self-esteem. Right? Self-assurance, number 2. The characteristic that fights the need to compete. Humility. We talked about yesterday. Humility. Confidence always coexists with humility. Jesus, that's right, Apostle Kellum. Jesus had to deal with all kinds of people, and he had to stay true to not only who he was, Apostle, but he had to stay true to what he was called to do. Shanika, good morning, Shanika. I didn't see you jump in. They just want to see themselves get better. Absolutely. Absolutely. That's what confident people do. It's this personal journey that we're on. And if people applaud it, that's fine. But I don't need the applause of people to validate my success. Nope. And sometimes that's hard for people to hear. Because people want to have some type of hand on how you feel. It's a type of control. They want to make you mad when they walk away from you. And they don't like it when it didn't work. They want to see your stuff suffer and struggle because they quit doing stuff. And it's another response. It's another response when them stepping away didn't cause it to be destroyed because God sent somebody else to step in. It's and you got to be comfortable with that. You okay, let me move on. It coexists with humility. Humility allows them to form, when I say them, I'm talking about confident people. Humility allows confident folks to form meaningful connections as it reflects their willingness to listen and learn without feeling threatened. When you connect humility with confidence, I'm telling you right now, it is a formula for success because you are more apt to learn more, to collaborate more, to feed off of others' wisdom and anointing, and pull off other greatness, pull from other sources of greatness without feeling threatened by their success. I can't pull from somebody I'm competing with. I can't learn from somebody that I'm in competition with because I'm too busy fighting to beat you instead of sitting to learn from you. Man. Next characteristic that fights our need to compete is empathy. Right? Confident people respect and uplift others, recognizing the value in collaboration and shared success. They are secure enough to celebrate the achievements of others without envying it or without being in rivalry with it. Understanding that one's personal success does not diminish their own. When I become confident in who I am, somebody else's personal success does not diminish mine. And I don't have to get into a race with somebody that has found some success. And when you have, that's why I said confidence comes with responsibility. Sometimes your perspective, because you have a sense of confidence about who you are and what God has called you to do and what he's going to do in you and your life and your ministry or your business or whatever. Sometimes when people don't understand that, confidence sometimes have situations where you have to teach confident principles, because people will pit you against other people that they can look at and see y'all got so much in common that they should make you nervous because they're doing what you're doing. But when you're confident, you can educate and show them how to think so that they can stop competing and putting you into something that you don't even want to be in. Woo, that was just freeing for some of y'all, because some of y'all are competing with people that you had nothing to do with. Other people put you in that fight. Girl, you see what they did? You see that? Seem like every time you go live, they go live. It seemed like I saw you post this and so you do this, and then here they come and they do the same thing. That just sounds fishy to me. What you think? They're trying to pull you into something. They're trying to pull you into something that your confidence has freed you from. And don't let yourself get put into something that you don't need to be in because somebody else feels the need to compare. It has nothing to do with what God is building in you. That word compete means to strive to gain or win something by defeating or establishing superiority over others who are trying to do the same. The term implies a sense of rivalry, striving to excel, and trying to outdo others. Listen to me. And when you get into this realm of trying to establish dominance or superiority over others, you enter into the space that makes you vulnerable to arrogance. Because remember, we talked about yesterday, confidence is inclusive while arrogance is exclusive. Confidence builds bridges, arrogance builds walls. Confidence respects others while arrogance diminishes them. A confident individual uplifts and collaborates, whereas an arrogant individual prioritizes dominance. It's so important for you to get that, because arrogant individuals often seek validation through dominance rather than mutual respect, aiming to assert superiority rather than equality. That is so key, because arrogance often stems from insecurity, manifesting as a need to assert the dominance over others. And I need us to go here. And this need for superiority creates a sense of competition that can erode trust and relationships. But in contrast, confidence operates from a place of security, not insecurity, but a place of security, enabling individuals to interact with others as equals rather than adversaries. I can interact with you as equals, and it doesn't change who I am. And you see it. Just give some examples of me as a pastor. So even though I'm a pastor, I operate in the apostolic as well. I have the apostolic mantle on my life, and I have an apostolic assignment on my life. But not every space I'm in, number one, acknowledges that. Not every space I am is looking for the pastor title that I carry. Some spaces I'm in the community just wants a community leader. Some spaces I'm in just knows me as Bradley Taylor. It doesn't change who I am. Come on. And I don't get bent out of shape because somebody is not calling me by my title or not calling me based on the gift, my gifting, but they're seeing me based on the capacity of that meeting. And it doesn't change who I am. And I don't use bravado to assert my anointing in spaces that have a different feel. And it's got to be, so that's my example. Yours may not be that, but I don't want you to get caught up in going into spaces and being a part of spaces that may not see the full totality of who you are. It doesn't change who you are. Come on, somebody. And you can learn to collaborate in whatever that space calls for you to be without diminishing the full picture and the full scope of who you are. And you know, and I used to say this all the time. Sometimes even if you're a chief, it calls for you to be an Indian. But being an Indian for that project doesn't take away from your chief characteristics. I hope y'all are seeing this. Confidence does not compete. Here's a statement you need to keep. Confidence does not need a rival. Arrogance needs somebody to fight with. Arrogance needs somebody to take down. Arrogance needs somebody to overthrow. They're looking for victims. Arrogance looks for wrong. They're looking for somebody who might have slipped so they can expose a dominance on something. They found the weakness. And now they can insert their aggression. There's another one down. There's another one out my way. There's another one destroyed. There's another thing not going to be. It doesn't need to do that. Confidence does not need to do that to make it viable rather, and successful. It doesn't need a rival. So let's understand. When we understand confidence and competition, I hope y'all are getting this. I'm about there. Let's understand confidence and competition. At its core, confidence is a state of, here it is again, of self-assurance and reflects the individual's trust in their abilities, decisions, and worth. It is not boastful or domineering, but instead excludes calmness, humility, and strength. On the other hand, competition is an act of striving to gain or win something by defeating others. And while competition, I want to be balanced here, while competition can be healthy in certain contexts, such as sporting events, sports, or innovation, the need to compete in personal, this is what we're dealing with, the need to compete in personal and professional dynamics often stems from insecurity rather than genuine self-assurance. Let me say that one more time. Yeah, if you're in a sporting event, you want to compete against your opponent. You play the game to win, right? There are certain arenas where competition is healthy. But when we're talking about personal and professional dynamics, I don't go to a job and pit my career against somebody else's. Because if I get in that kind of competition, I'll start to undermine what they're doing to make my work look better. I can't have a lasting relationship with somebody I'm competing with. I can't have a lasting friendship with somebody I'm competing with. We've got to support each other. We got to root each other on. We've got to collaborate with each other. We've got to celebrate each other's successes. We've got to cry with each other in their losses. We've got to feel their pain, and we got to rejoice when they rejoice. If it's not that, come on, somebody, it will not be healthy for long. So when we feel the need to compete in personal and professional environments, it's often stemming from insecurities rather than genuine self-assurance. True confidence does not compete because it operates from a place of inner security. A confident individual knows their value and does not feel the need to prove their worth by diminishing others' value. That's right, Shanika. That's right. That is so right. I fall back quick because why are you competing with me when I'm rooting for you? That's so good, Tom. Competition can sometimes be rooted in jealousy. That's dangerous. Absolutely. 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 Y'all getting it. Y'all getting it. I love it. Your comments are amazing. Keep them coming. Blessings on you, Dr. Garbo. Um, Confident individuals know their value and does not feel need to prove their worth by diminishing others, but instead they do this. Instead, confidence fosters collaboration. I keep saying this, and I hope y'all get it. When you see two strong people in the same industry, or you see two strong businesses, or see two strong organizations, or you see two strong business owners who have business in common, one of the most healthy things you can see come out of that is at some point or another seeing those businesses collaborate. It shows such a strength where we acknowledge we sell the same products, we do the same things, we in the same lane, but we're operating in our own lane within that same lane. That I'm rooting for them, they rooting for me. And it is a beautiful picture of what confident success looks like. They share tips with each other. They collaborate ideas. They help each other to get through and over roadblocks. They want to see each other successful because they understand that their success has nothing to do with mine. That what God has for me is literally for me, and all I'm supposed to be doing is developing and getting better so that I can move what I'm assigned to move forward. And I pray that they can figure out how to do the same thing with what God's placed in their life to move forward. And that's it. So the competitive mindset, though, if you're in contrast to the confident mindset, the competitive mindset often seeks superiority, like I said, which can lead to what we talked about, arrogance yesterday. It also can lead to exclusion and strained relationships. What's exclusion? Now I'm gonna tell you this, but don't tell. I hope it ain't nobody's name on here. I'm just making something up. Don't tell Peter Roebuck about this because I don't want him there. I really don't like him. I think he's trying to bite some ideas anyway. So I want you to know it, and I want you to come, but don't tell him. If you tell Peter Roebuck, me and you can't be friends no more. Why? Because he's my enemy. Because Peter Roebuck is doing good over there. And I don't want him to get no more business so I can grow my business. So I don't need him to know nothing about this innovation that's coming down the line because I don't want to help Peter Roebuck in any kind of way. And that strains relationships. Because not only have you strained the relationship with Peter Roebuck, but that middleman you strained and potentially strained the relationship between y'all, or you be strained the relationship between him and the person you don't want him to talk to. For what? Because of your insecurity. So let's keep going. I got a few minutes here. Why confidence does not compete. So let's just figure it. Why does confidence not compete? I'm gonna give y'all a couple things to take with you. You'll know why confidence doesn't compete. Number one, because confidence respects individual journeys. That's a great word, Tara. Gatekeep. Insecure people gatekeep. Confident people share everything they have Because even if you have my resources, and even if you have my tips, and even if you have you know, my methods, you still don't have my anointing, and you still don't have my grace, and you still don't have my calling. So you're never gonna do it exactly how God told me to do it, because this is something God designed me to do. And so you'll never take away from what he's gonna do in my life, even if I give you the blueprint. Oh, that's so good. I hope y'all get it. Even if you give away the blueprint, don't mean they're gonna build it the same way your house gonna look. I can give the blueprint to a master builder, or I can give a blueprint to somebody who just do handiwork. And they can look at the same blueprint and they can build two separate structures with different quality using the same blueprint, because they two have different skill sets. They have different attention to detail. One might just take corners and try to save money, and while the other one may be professional in detail. So what I'm saying to you, the blueprint doesn't even determine the product gonna come out the same. Ooh, Lord. And I'm learning, and you need to learn, emulation is the biggest form of flattery. But it still doesn't necessarily mean what they produce is going to be the same thing you produce. Because when people look at what you're doing and just try to copy what you're doing, they don't have the details of what it really takes to do it. It takes relationship to get that. So if you're trying to copy what I'm doing without a conversation, chances are you're not going to produce what I produce, even though you saw how I did it. You don't know how the conversations went to build it. That takes relationship. That's where collaboration and humbling yourself comes into play, and really getting a relationship with somebody you admire instead of just trying to destroy it and copy it. So why confidence does not compete? Number one, confidence respects individual journeys. A confident person understands that everyone is on their own unique journey, and they don't feel the need to compare themselves to others, as they recognize that their value is not dependent on other external benchmarks. I expect your journey because I'm on the journey myself. And I know how it takes, I know how hard it was to build mine, so why would I want to destroy yours? This perspective allows them to support and celebrate others without feeling threatened or envious. All right? That's number one. Number two, confidence embraces collaboration. I can't say that enough. It embraces it. It embraces it. Rather than viewing others as rivals, confident individuals see them as partners. And they understand that collaboration often leads to better outcomes than competition. So the confident person never competes. By working together, they can achieve shared goals and create a sense of community and mutual respect. Right? Number two. So let's go on to number three. Confidence is rooted in self-awareness. I keep saying this, I can't say it enough. This is why confidence does not compete, because it's rooted in self-awareness. Confidence is deeply tied to self-awareness. A confident person knows their strengths and weaknesses and is comfortable with both. That's the piece of self-awareness that a confident person doesn't mind digging into. I know my weaknesses and I know my strengths, and I ain't afraid to talk about them. I ain't afraid to see somebody else doing well at this moment that I'm still struggling in, trying to fix. So instead of being mad and jealous, like Ton says, jealous and envious about them being able to figure it out, my confidence tells me, I know I have a weakness in that area, and until I fix that, I'll never be able to do what they're doing. They're inspiring me to fix what I know is wrong about me, so that I can get myself together and hopefully have a result like they're having right now. It is not a competition. It actually pushes me back to self-reflect. When you watch somebody's discipline and you watch somebody's success because of their consistency, and you see them doing it consistent for so long, You shouldn't envy their result. You should use their drive to push you to be more driven, not to compete, but to inspire. This self-awareness allows them to focus on their own growth and development rather than trying to outdo others. Man, let's move, keep moving. Number 4, last one. Confidence values mutual success. This is why confidence does not compete, because it values mutual success. It values it. You actually get excited when we're both winning. It is a testament to the goodness of God that all of us are thriving at the same time. Isn't that amazing? That I can be in a place where all of our stuff is booming and nobody's mad at somebody else's that's having success with them. They're pushing and they value mutual success. I want all of us to win. And if you ain't winning, what can I do to help you win? I don't want to see you lose. I want to see you win. What can I pray with you for? What can I help you get over? What can I talk you through? Tell me where you're getting stuck. Maybe my success, maybe my experience can help you with where you are. How can I be of service? I'm confident in what God is doing over here. I know giving you a tip ain't going to take nothing from me. How can I build yours? How can I get you to the next place? How can I get you unstuck? No, I want to see you get this right. I want to see you win. I want to see you get that house you want, that car you want. I want to see your children be successful. I want to see yours get the scholarship. I want to see yours. I know how hard you work. Tell me where I can help. What can I take off your plate? What can I come and teach your team? You deserve it. I've been seeing you grind and I've been seeing your personality. You're a great person. You deserve success. How can I help you? What better world it'd be if we had more of those people? And if you one of them people, keep being it and watch God keep blessing you. And don't let people stop you from being that kind of person. Confident individuals prioritize mutual success over personal gain. Let me bring that back. Confident individuals, you see that was my DJ skills. That was scratching for you older people, don't know what that is. Scratching on my turntables. Confident individuals prioritize mutual success over personal gain. They understand that lifting others up does not diminish their own achievements. In fact, they find joy in it. They find joy in contributing to the success of those around them, creating an environment of trust and support. This goes back to what I said earlier. Confidence comes with an obligation. It comes with the responsibility. You are the forerunner that lets people around you know you ain't got to compete to win. And they need to see the example of what that looks like. And so I need you, confident people, to start to exemplify what godly confidence looks like on you. Okay, let me give you some pitfalls of competition before we go. I'm out of time. Here are a few pitfalls of competition that we need to avoid. This is why we don't do it. While competition can drive innovation and excellence in certain contexts, we talked about that. Sporting events, competition arenas. There are times where we do compete in those kind of things. But in our personal and professional spaces, it can lead to negative outcomes when it's misapplied. Right? Let's talk through that. Talk through some of those pitfalls. It can lead to things like a constant need to compete. Or let me say it like this. A constant need to compete can result in, here we go, stress, unnecessary stress. But you stress out that I got to come up with something. Or I got to do this. Or I got to stay later because they staying later. Or I saw them roll out something new. So come on, we got to do something new too. Here you are stressed out trying to keep up with somebody that ain't none of your business. That has nothing to do with the assignment God put on you. But you are now finding yourself stressed out, burnout, and now creating toxic relationships. Because you're putting pressure on those around you to compete and hold up a standard with something you're looking at and trying to make everybody else compete when you compete. And it's causing burnout and toxic relationships. Here's another pitfall. It can foster a mindset of scarcity. Ooh, this is so good. When you have a mindset of scarcity, that means you only think it's only room for one winner. Ooh, let me, oh Lord, glory. When you have a scarcity mindset, you feel like there's only room for one at the top. So I got to fight, claw, knock down, elbow, DDT, everybody who's trying to take that top spot from me. Can I tell you, the good life is not scarce. It's room. It's room up there. If you want to come, it's room up there. You don't have to pull somebody down to make room for you. I promise you it's room for everybody who wants it. This scarcity mindset is this. It is where individuals believe that success is limited and must be fought for at the expense of others. Ooh, that's good, Candace. That's having a crab mindset. That's right. That's a great example. Right? It don't have to come at the expense of others. Moreover, competition often blinds. Listen to me. Here's such a good one. Don't go to sleep on me now. Don't cut me off now. I got about a minute or two and I'm going to let you go. But you got to hear what I'm about to say. Competition often blinds individuals to their own growth. You can't even see how good you're doing and how God is blessing you because you're so busy trying to keep up with the success of somebody else, and you feel like you ain't done nothing because you ain't done what they done. It blinds you of your own personal growth and success. And you'll be walking around depleted and saddened because you don't feel like that you've been successful, and you don't get to even recall how far you've come. Because you're still looking at what somebody else is doing. You've created rivals and competition that doesn't need to be. When the focus is on outperforming others, there is little room for self-reflection and improvement. And this can lead to stagnation and a lack of fulfillment as the individual's worth becomes tied to the external validation rather than the intrinsic or the internal satisfaction. That was worth the whole teaching right there if y'all got that one. So how do we cultivate confidence without competition? I'm going to end with this and I'm going to let you go. How do I cultivate it? We talked about what it is. We talked about the differences. We talked about why we should stay away from it. We talked about the pitfalls of it. Let's talk about how to cultivate confidence without having to compete. Because developing confidence without the need for competition requires a shift in mindset and a shift in practice. And here are some strategies to help this happen. Number one, focus on personal growth. I think I heard Shanika say that. Focus on personal growth. That's all. If you focus on getting better, I promise you everything else will take care of itself. Rather than comparing yourself to others, focus on your own progress. Set goals that reflect your values and your aspirations and measure your success based on your own benchmarks. That is so key. What did God tell you to do? What did he tell you to start? What he wants you, he wants you, what does he want you to manage? Who does he want you to minister to? Stay in those parameters. This approach fosters a sense of fulfillment and self-assurance. Listen to me. Number one, practice or pay attention, focus on your own personal growth. Number two, practice gratitude. Stop competing, stop looking, and just start being thankful. Gratitude helps shift the focus from what you lack to what you have. Give it. Let me bring that back. Gratitude shifts the focus from what you lack to what you have. And by appreciating your strengths, appreciating your achievements, appreciating your opportunities, you can build a sense of self-worth that is independent of external validation. There it is again, man. Practice gratitude. Number three, celebrate others. Let's practice that. Celebrate others. Celebrate others. Celebrate others. You want to cultivate confidence without competition? Learn to celebrate others. Take joy in the achievements of those around you. Go out of your way to recognize that their success does not diminish your own. Give them their flowers. By celebrating others, you create an environment of positivity and support that benefits everybody. You make them feel like they are not in competition with you and you're not in competition with them, and it makes everybody feel better about what they're doing. So number three, celebrate others. Number four, embrace collaboration. I keep saying it. Seek opportunities to work with others rather than against them. Don't be that one and be like, no, we ain't doing that. I ain't working with you. We too close. We do too much. No. Embrace collaboration. Figure out something. If it's some friction between, or it's some connections, or some overlap between a business or a person that's in the same industry as you, or doing the same things you're doing, or have the same goals you have. Think of something, just an event, or something that y'all can do, just not only to show people that you're not competing, but just to minister to each other, to let each other know, I love you. I'm not in competition with you. I want to see you win. Embrace collaboration. Collaboration allows you to learn from different perspectives and achieve shared goals. It also reinforces the idea that success is not a zero-sum game. In other words, it is not limited to just one. And I've been saying it, so you got to work on it. We all got to work on it. Develop self-awareness. Take time to reflect on your own strengths, weaknesses, values, and work from there. Self-awareness allows you to understand your unique contributions and focus on your own journey rather than comparing yourself to others. When I have healthy self-awareness, I know what makes me unique. I know what makes me different. I know what makes me effective. I know what's carving out my own journey, and I don't have to compare that to nobody else's. I just develop it, sharpen it, perfect it, and walk tall in it. Watch God work. That's your word for today. Hope it helped you. Hope somebody got something. I hope you guys got a little sharper today. You can have confidence without competition, because confidence does not compete. Father, give us the space, give us the capacity to receive what you have for us today, and we thank you for it in Jesus' name. Amen. The fact that you're watching me, the fact that you're listening to me is a sign that God is not finished with you. He gave you a new day, and with this new day, he gave you new mercy. Do me a favor. Take what he gave you, win what's in front of you. Winners win. That's who you are. Go be who you are. Do what you do. See me back in the morning. I have another word for you. Enjoy your day. Win your day with confidence. Peace.